Divorce. Because we are not suitable. 1 month of marriage, you won't even let me touch you, then touch me if you don't try. How will you know? I wanted to ask my beauty outstanding and the intimidating college professor wife. Divorce. I'm sure her waist-length hair will be shiny for days. Wearing these chic frameless glasses, and she has a special liking for stockings, the perfect combination of innocence and temptation. But we were married only a month. She won't let me touch her. I gritted my teeth and filed for divorce. Her eyes are red with tears welling up. She threw a small box at me. She choked with excitement. Then touch me and try. How do you know we're not suitable? If you don't try, it all started when I just came from overseas. Master's degrees are a bit dubious. My family started urging me to get married right away, so I ended up in a whirlwind marriage with a university professor, Dr. Anya Sharma. At 28 years old, everyone on campus calls her the Ice Queen. But when I actually met her, I found that Dr. Anya Sharma is more than just smart. She is rich in her own place. Car loan paid off. No debt, only child. Parents deceased. My mother told me this is the opportunity of a lifetime landing. She did not. She said marrying her was like winning the jackpot. I was amazed by her when I first saw her. She is beautiful and has flawless skin and those incredible legs. But this is her strong, the intellectual atmosphere that really fascinates me. 1 month after we met, we are signing the marriage license. But after living together for a month, no longer like roommates, I already regret it. She's too cold. I wonder how her blood flowed. Cooler than normal. Our education levels vary greatly. She is a morning person and is always reading or doing research. I'm a night owl, usually crawling into bed around 6 o'clock a.m. and get up at 6 p.m. Prefer to party. And let's talk about alternative education. We don't even agree. Hell, we are not in the same book. The day we got our marriage license, she said she had her period. So our wedding night starts with us sleeping in different rooms. Living together feels more distant, better than just finding a roommate. This is not a partnership, not even cohabitation. After careful consideration, I decided I can't give up the ocean for one fish. There's no denying that this tree is impressive. I woke up early, planned to go to college and tell her everything. Following the route I remembered, I found her office. I'm still hesitating outside, hesitating whether to knock on the door, when a female student came in. Out of curiosity, I took a peek and pricked up my ears. Professor Sharma, you see, my thesis is correct. Can you sign it? The student asked nervously. My wife, Anya, sitting at the desk in a clean white shirt from the side. What would other people look like in a knee-length skirt? Almost a mini skirt on her. Maybe divorcing her would be a huge mistake. Anya rolled up her sleeves, browsed papers at lightning speed, but the more she read, the deeper her frown grew. Is English even your first language? Did you invent this citation style yourself? This is terrible. Even your own mother wouldn't approve. The students are standing there, looks totally lost and about to cry. Compared with this, Anya is just a sweetheart to me. Anya threw the paper on the table. She looked like she was going to explode. She glanced at me at the door. We made eye contact. Her expression softened immediately. There was a flash of surprise in her eyes. Ethan, what are you doing here? As she walked over, a smile appeared on her lips and put her arm around mine. If you're looking for me, come in. This student's eyes nearly popped out of her head. Professor, who is this? Anya glanced at her. My husband's. Students suddenly become gossip columnists. Professor, when did you get married? Anya looked at her again. If you put more effort into writing, it doesn't read like a bad piece of fan fiction. After the students leave, the office was silent. We just stared at each other. Embarrassing is an understatement. What is the reason you are here today? Anya asked, her voice surprisingly soft. She seems to be in a good mood. Maybe now isn't the best time to file for divorce, I thought quickly, and came up with an excuse. So, I was just nearby. I wanted to see if you were getting off work. Anya smiled so hard that her eyes narrowed. She quickly tidied the table. Grabbed my arm again. The timing is perfect. I can go now. Looking at her professional work attire, then I thought of my obviously unprofessional thoughts. Balenciaga glasses. She's definitely the pinnacle of that nerd popular librarian looks. I started to think seriously about it. That face, that body. Why are you so crazy about divorcing her? In the hallway, we met some of her colleagues. She will nod slightly if someone looks at me curiously. Anya would smile and say, this is my husband. We just got married. We invite you all to the reception. When we got in the car, the silence was almost deafening. I try to have a conversation. You're a bit harsh on students. It's not my fault. They are very dense. You weren't so strict when you helped me, and my paper passed. Anya was my father's student. I seldom saw her then, but I often heard my father praise her. A true genius. A genius among geniuses. She completed 8 years of bachelor's degree, master, and PhD program. Obtained a PhD at the age of 25. Major national scientific research projects. She was soon promoted to full professor, breaking college records, the youngest professor, publications, in top journals. She writes them like short stories. Almost won a patent in 1 year. She is financially independent even before she graduated. The only problem is her parents died when she was very young, so she completed her studies on a scholarships, and work-study programs, and she is famously aloof. Not good at small talk or socializing, and me, I am a black sheep from an academic family. My parents went to Ivy League schools. I barely got into a public school, blew up my GRE far ahead, ended up with a ridiculous master's degree, undergraduate, returned my graduate thesis, nearly gave my dad a stroke. He desperately gave it to Anya for help. She was a very kind older mentor figure at that time, patiently explained every word and every comma. I never thought about it. Once she becomes a professor herself with her own students, she's going to be so difficult. You are different from them. She stopped the car after she finished speaking. I need to go to the pharmacy. I'm a little confused. Are you sick? Or do those students give you that much pressure? Need some blood pressure medicine or something to relax? Anya looked at me as if she wanted to say something. But no, she walked into the drugstore. As soon as she got off the car, she came back with a small bag. She stuffed it into her purse. The way home was quiet. As soon as we arrived, Anya started cooking dinner. This is why I hesitate to divorce her. Highly educated, very pretty, excellent cook. Where else can I find a woman like this? These days, yesterday were boring. I've been browsed some online dating profiles. Times have changed. 20 years ago, romance novels. Our CEO of Alpha falling in love with a girl from the wrong direction. 10 years ago, this is the Alpha CEO love for ambitious career women. 5 years ago, Alpha CEO falls in love with middle-aged woman. 1 year ago, Alpha CEO fell in love with me during menopause. Now, Alpha CEO falls in love with divorced menopausal single mother. The CEOs in these billionaire romance novels. Hard times in college. They were obsessed with the ordinary people. The rebellious girl who failed half of her classes. Middle-aged, a divorced single mother. In his golden years, he fell in love with the menopausal janitor. This poor guy will never get to eat a decent meal in a lifetime. How stupid are these CEOs? Their standards and morals are getting lower and lower. Ethan, dinner is ready. Anya's voice brought me back to reality. Think about it. If a loser like me could get a wife far beyond my ability like her, then CEO of Alpha. She fell into menopause. I'm not that far-fetched after all. I was stuffing food into my mouth when Anya, I've been eating more. I quickly reached out to stop her. I'm full. Anya finally stopped, then start eating small bites, exquisite snacks. The table fell silent again. Well, we don't really have anything in common. How this should work. The worst thing is that she eats too politely silent. It forces me to behave properly. Like some kind of the polite degenerate. After dinner, Anya got up to clear the table. I played with my phone for a while, then go to the bathroom to take a shower. Sitting on a shower bench, let the hot water wash over me, trying to clear my head. I've never been divorced before. I don't have experience in this area. When is the right time to ask this question? I have been shaping it for a long time, but I can't figure out the answer. I finally stood up and walked out. Suddenly, everything went black. I slipped and fell hard. Shower stool. I pushed the tile, and it made a loud scraping sound. I heard Anya knocking anxiously on the door. Ethan, what happened? How are you? Still a little confused. I was about to say I was fine when the door creaked open. I suddenly realized that I was naked. I struggled to stand up. Frowning in pain, I wanted to yell, "Don't come in." But it was too late. We face to face. Anya's pale face turned red. I'm so embarrassed. I didn't even think about covering myself. I looked down and realized that when I fell, oversized flip-flops slip off all the way to my calves. Anya seemed to notice it, too. She coughs. Hold back your laughter. Those flip-flops are too big. I'll get you a smaller pair. Then she knelt down, pulled the flip-flops off my legs. See, I'm okay. She left, and I got dressed. Then come out of the bathroom, find Anya in the study wearing glasses, view some files. After a long silence, I finally said, "Anya, maybe we should get a divorce." The document in her hand trembled. She frowned. "What did you say?" I can't look her in the eyes. I shrugged my shoulders. "Divorce from." Anya jumped up from the chair. "Ethan, do you think marriage is a game?" I lowered my head and muttered, But we are not like a couple. It's been a month, and you won't even let me touch you." Anya's face was cold. She said nothing, but walked out of the study. Before I knew it, she pressed a small box into my hands. I stared at the familiar, yet strange object. Then he looked at her in confusion. "What is this for?" Anya took off her glasses, unbuttoned her cuffs. "Then touch me. If you don't try, how will you know?" Not wearing glasses, Anya has lost some of her scholarly qualities and got some original temptation. This deal is not bad. I had the upper hand, or so I thought. If you want to go down, why not go swing with such a beautiful person? Unfortunately, about 3 minutes later, I hid my face under the quilt, facing a serious survival crisis. All of these build, I failed completely. In record time, Anya stretched out her long arms and patted my arm gently. "It's okay. This is the first time for both of us. I've read some research that suggests this might happen." My thoughts, but in the game we touched it. We tried it. It confirmed it we're really not suitable. I'm so unworthy of her. Divorce. Must divorce, Anya whispered soothingly. The literature says that the second time is better, usually different. Should we try again? She has a point. Might as well get some XP. Just when I was about to regroup, my phone on my bedside table rang. That's my mom. Ethan. Your father fainted. He is in the hospital. Hearing the panic in my mother's voice, I put on my clothes and rushed downstairs. When I got in the car, Anya slid into the passenger seat. She was already wearing a work skirt and shirt perfectly combined. How can women dress so quickly? No time to think. I started the car and drove to the hospital. I'm weaving in the traffic, crazy, honking. Anya tapped my hand on the gear lever. Don't worry, Ethan. Dad has always been healthy. The results of his examination a few months ago were clear. Don't scare yourself. Her words calmed my racing heart a little. When we arrived at the hospital and saw Dad, he was actually chatting with his mom. Looks happy. Your mother told the truth. He smiled when he saw us. Just a little dizziness caused by high blood pressure. She had to drag you both here. It's good to see Dad. Anya and I breathed a sigh of relief. We talked to the doctor. This isn't really serious. We settled the bill to drive them both home. Around noon the next day, someone knocked on my bedroom door. Ethan, do you usually sleep so late? I glanced at my phone. 10:30 a.m. I shook my head at my mother. No, I usually get up at 6 p.m. night shift. What are you doing lately? I decided to tell my mother the truth. Play video games and binge watch TV shows. Hanging out at Taylor's bar at night. Taylor is my best friend. He opened a small, quiet lounge. After college, he said business was good. This isn't a noisy place. Mostly young professionals come for a drink or two, then leave, so you're messing around all day. My mother looked at me and shook her head helplessly. What kind of newlywed husband would spend? He's been in the bar. This is a lounge. Isn't that the bar next door? It's a cool place, a respectable place. There's no sketchy club vibe at all. I only had a few drinks, listened to live music. I didn't do anything illegal. You do this every day. Your wife has no problem with this. Now that she mentioned this, a feeling of frustration came over me. She gets off work around 5 or 6 o'clock. This is the time I usually go out. We hardly see each other. Tell me the truth, how do you two get along? I stared out the window. I think it's okay. Mom sighed deeply, her voice filled with worry. Marriage requires joint efforts from both parties. You can't do whatever you want. Because she has a good personality, many mothers started giving lectures. I interrupted her immediately. What to eat for lunch? Ask your dad. I can't cook. She said this as if not cooking was a form of honor. No sense of shame. After I got ready, Dad was busy in the kitchen soon. The table was filled with a sumptuous meal. As we were getting ready to eat, Dad brought a folded lunchbox. Ethan, take this to Anya. You can also eat at the university. I looked at my father angrily. Dad, she teaches at a famous university. They have a place called the cafeteria. In that cafeteria, there is an area called the faculty and staff restaurant. Can a buffet compare to home-cooked meals? Anya lost her parents at a very young age. What she needs most is the warmth of family. You need to take care of her. Understand? Yes, I understand. Why did everyone suddenly stand on her side today? You two really seem to like this daughter-in-law. As I said, I secretly ate a piece of sweet and sour pork ribs, then put it in my mouth. Dad stood with his hands on his hips, looking very proud. Absolutely first-class education. Excellent personality, tall and beautiful. You can't find anyone like her. If you look around, much better than those the characters you have used so far. My father's words hurt, but I couldn't refute them. I had several girlfriends in college. The first one to betray me, the second one has an affair, the third one is the second woman of a married man. I finally gave up dating. When I came back from overseas, I asked my parents to arrange a blind date for me. I never thought one of my dates would be Anya, my dad's star student. To be honest, I don't know her very well. I only know that her parents died very early. And every Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve, Dad will invite her to have dinner with us. He even gives us holiday money. When she was tutoring me on my graduation thesis in college, she is the epitome of the untouchable ice princess. It's not that I don't find her attractive. She is far beyond my ability. I can't even believe it. A world of difference. You know, some girls are very pretty and smart, feel like you belong to a different species. Don't go there. She is 3 years older than me. But my parents persuaded me, so I agreed to meet her. She wore a sleeveless top when we were dating, white linen knee-length dress, and the blue and black frameless glasses. That figure, that breath, bam, it hit my soul. I was totally mesmerized. I don't know how my parents convinced a woman like her date me, but in my obsession, I quickly agreed to marry her. I think even though she has some weird quirks, that face and that body I can handle. She is so outstanding, but my dad said she never really dated. I don't quite believe it. Dad, is there something wrong with her? You didn't tell me. Dad looked at me angrily. I taught her for years. Don't you think I know? She always skips a grade because her PhD is too high. She is immersed in research when she has time for a date. Besides, she is your wife now. Get to know her personally, he has a point. I was just about to pick up my lunchbox and leave. Dad called me back. Lower the sound. Is there any? She does have a problem. No, no, no. Nothing wrong. What's the problem? I'm just kidding. I couldn't help talking to myself. If anyone has a problem, it's me. 3 minutes includes 90 seconds of foreplay. I want to cry. No. Wait. It must be the first time. I'm nervous. Yes, that's it. It was just after 11 a.m. when I arrived at the university. I have her class schedule on my phone. She should still be in class. An idea suddenly occurred to me. I'm curious about what it's like when she teaches. I slipped in through the back door of the lecture hall. Anya on stage, explaining a series of complex molecular formulas. I recognize letters and numbers, but I don't know what they mean. Watching her explain it all so fluently and confidently, I feel a strange sense of pride. Hey, man, you're not from this department, are you? A man next to me nudged my arm and whispered, you also come to witness the goddess performance. I blinked and then nodded. Now that I'm engaged, he's become more active. Our Professor Sharma is super famous. Many people from other departments came just to see her. I frowned slightly. Anya is popular. When he heard my question, a proud expression appeared on his face. Certainly she's sexier than a movie star, have a better figure than a model, and academically, she is the youngest top researcher since the site's founding. Even though Professor Sharma is a little cold, do not participate in campus political games. Her research results, she will definitely be elected to the National Academy of Sciences. From senior faculty to students, even security guards, everyone regards Professor Sharma as their dream lover. Then he pointed to the front row and saw that handsome guy. Is Liam Wilson. It is said that he has known Professor Sharma for a long time, always pestering her. A complete loser, far beyond his capabilities, dreaming of having a goddess like her. Professor Sharma belongs to everyone. No one has the right to make a claim. We all admire Professor Sharma, but his intentions were clearly not pure. The other students in our class were very unfriendly to him. Because it then the guy continued to praise Anya. She said she devoted herself to academic work, but never got not having close relationships with students or colleagues. That's why she has so many fans. In this famous university, he sighed exaggeratedly. I heard that Professor Sharma got married recently. I want to know what kind of strong man. Maybe she deserves it. Students talking in the back row. Can you answer this question? Clarity. A cold voice suddenly cut through the air from the front. I instinctively lowered my head. The guy next to me stood up and looked at the blackboard, think for a few seconds, and then answered that using linear stability analysis in parallel flow, like Taylor-Couette flow, isotropic, or Rayleigh-Benard convection. Holy crap, this is definitely not my party school. I understand every word he said, but I have no idea what he's talking about. He talked to me for a long time, still able to follow the lectures. World academic superstars are clearly another dimension from my sit down. His talkative neighbor, please explain what Rayleigh-Benard convection is. I lowered my head and pretended not to hear. The guy next to me poked me. Man, she's calling you. Blushing, I barely stood up. I have no idea. A burst of laughter walking through the lecture hall. I glared at Anya. Is she trying to embarrass me? When she saw it was me, a hint of surprise flashed across Anya's face. Then the corners of her mouth twitched upwards. Come to my office after class. The guy next to me tapped me on the shoulder. Buddy, please allow me to express my condolences. I took out my phone. Click on Anya's message icon. You did this on purpose. Yes. You can walk home by yourself after class. I slipped out the back door as quietly as possible. I will never let these smart people know their academic superstar, their goddess professor, married to a guy who is a complete slacker on stage like me. Anya looked down at the phone on the podium. Then he smiled softly. She sent me a hug emoji and continued her lecture. The class will be over in a few minutes. I walked along the campus path towards her office. As soon as I walked in, Anya came over and held my hand and said, sorry. I didn't know it was you. Recalling that extremely embarrassing moment, I was still furious. I dropped my lunchbox on her desk. I brought you lunch, and you insulted me. Anya looked at me a bit flustered. Finally, just hold my hand. No need to say more. Just then, the office door rang. I noticed a privacy screen, small seating area. I hide behind it. The door is open. I heard Anya say, you can leave the door open. Peek through the cracks in the screen. I saw who that person was. That very handsome man, Liam, from the front row of the lecture. The name alone sounds troublesome. Anya, he began in a soft voice, these are some delicious mushrooms from my hometown. You can't buy it around here. My mom wanted me to bring you some to try. Liam put a bag on the table carefully. His tone is gentle. Anya didn't reach out for it. She just nodded. Please thank your aunt for me. Ethan might like local specialties at school. It's Professor Sharma. This guy looks a bit embarrassed. Rubbing the back of the neck, right? Professor Sharma. He hesitated for a few seconds. Then he seemed to have made up his mind. Professor, there is a new restaurant opposite the main campus. The atmosphere and food should be good. Are you free to have dinner together? Anya raised her eyebrows slightly. Is that So then I'll take Ethan to try it sometime. I don't know if it's because I was there, but Anya handled everything perfectly. Let's get to the point. If not, you can leave. After a while, Liam left in frustration. When I came out, Anya stood up and explained my parents and his parents used to be very close. He is now one of my graduate students. She opened her lunchbox and began to place the containers on her desk. She pushed me into her chair. Then I pulled another one for myself. I tried to sound casual. Oh, so you two must be very close. Then Anya put a piece of beef on my plate and shook his head. After the death of parents, I don't have much contact with him. If he hadn't become my graduate student, we may not meet again. By the way, why do you always leave your office door open? Anya glanced at the door. If a female student or professor passes by, I might close it. But if it is a male student or a male professor, door remains open. I am still young. I have to be careful to avoid any misunderstandings or rumors. Remember what that guy in class said. Anya does seem to keep her distance from men, did not participate in any ambiguous behavior. It looks like Anya's role is pretty solid, watching her eat so elegantly. Like a lady. Then look at that face and that body. I need to improve my level. This can't be a quick and dirty wait. Ethan, what are your principles? Aren't you determined to get a divorce? After lunch, Anya began to clean up automatically, even cleaning lunchboxes, and put them on the windowsill to dry. Ethan, I have an important lecture this afternoon. It ends with 3:50. Can you rest here, and we can go home together? I was about to refuse, but we have been married for more than a month. Didn't really talk more time together. Maybe it will be easier to discuss our problems later, so I went back to the little sitting area and played on my phone. Anya closed her eyes and rested for about 15 minutes. Then start looking at some files. These people are really infuriating. Smarter and more talented than me, they also work harder. They didn't leave any room for ordinary people. Soon Anya said goodbye and went to class. At last I can quietly browse the hotties on TikTok. I heard some overseas researchers have spent 10 years studying it. I found that I looked at beautiful women every day may reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. I wonder what else those researchers are working on. 10 years. Just then, the office door rang. Maybe someone is looking for Anya. If I don't answer, they'll leave. But to my surprise, the door opened. That's the Liam guy. He holds 2 cups of Starbucks coffee in his hands. When he saw me, he had a surprised look on his face. I glared at him. I am Anya's husband. Do students walk right into the professor's room? Unauthorized office. Now my instinct tells me this guy have inappropriate feelings for Anya. Anya seems a little depressed lately. I just brought her coffee. He said it was too realistic. Anya just asked him to call her Professor Sharma. Even though we've only been married for a month, I know Anya likes green tea. She usually drinks green tea. Why buy coffee? Liam took a step closer. He looked at me, looking annoyed. Anya and I practically grew up together. She always takes care of me. You two just got married because your father is her mentor. Back to when Mr. Sharma suddenly passed away. Then Miss Sharma is seriously ill. Your father loaned her money for her medical expenses. She married you out of gratitude. Then he looked me up and down with contempt. In the second year of my PhD, Professor Sharma almost went to Cambridge with a senior whom she admired. If your dad hadn't stopped her, she should be a world-renowned scientist by now. And you, some loser who graduated from a normal college. How could Anya like you? You have nothing. You will get divorced sooner or later. Seeing Liam getting more and more excited, I stood up and faced him. Don't use your problems as an excuse to do stupid things. I used to think toilets were for bathing. But you obviously have one in your mouth full of nonsense. I can't figure it out. Why don't you look in the mirror? Yes, my university is not very good. But I'm a decent person. You, sir, top university talent. You may have a lot of knowledge in your head, but your intestines are filled with toxic sludge. I am Anya's legal husband. You're not even listed as a homewrecker. Man, why are you standing here? Talk nonsense to me. Liam gnashed his teeth in anger. He clenched his fist. She doesn't even like you. I snorted. I am her husband. Whether she likes me or not, what does this have to do with you? Your GPS is broken or something. Don't you know your place? Does your brain stop developing in kindergarten? You are rude and have no class. I pursed my lips. Wow. You folded really easily for a wily little weasel. I have nothing to lose. Do you really want to go there, friend? We will solve this problem. Now the first guy to jump was a complete coward. Liam pointed at me with a shaking finger. He stammered and left in a hurry. Wait a moment. Why should I sit here and take this crap? The more I think about it, the more I feel, the angrier I get. I hailed an Uber. Then I went straight to my friend Taylor's bar. I haven't seen him for a few days. And this degenerate managed to catch a sophomore girlfriend. She is like a blooming flower, moist and full of vitality. They admire each other. Taylor the fallen even come to show off. College girls are all good men, just a little sticky. Then he leaned over and whispered, shyly at first, wow, what a wild cat. Almost too much for me. I'm so jealous that my teeth hurt. I ordered a cocktail from the bartender. Drink it in one breath suddenly. Taylor put his arm around my shoulders. So you got married to that university professor in a flash? How's it going? No role-playing required. We got the real deal. I glared at him and sighed. I went to her school today. Some little punks. You dare to challenge me? What's wrong with him? Does he like older women? Thinking of this, did he like her expressionless look? I slammed the table and stood up. No, I can't live like this. I also want to find a female college student. Okay. Now you're talking. My girlfriend brought some roommates over tonight. I'll call them over. We can have a few drinks together. Nice one. You are fallen. Make it happen soon. I was surrounded by 3 or 4 female college students. Everybody calls me sweetheart, baby, or honey. I feel like my bones are melting after a few cocktails. I feel much better. I don't know how long it took, but the light in front of me suddenly dimmed. I looked up. A tall figure blocked my view. Wait, college girls are all petite. They're not that tall. Why don't you answer the phone? Why don't you wait for me to go home together? Hear that familiar voice? I took a closer look and found that she was my professor's wife. Then I saw her turn to Taylor. Sorry, Taylor, Ethan took this a bit too far. I'm taking him home. 4 female college students nodding like chicks pecking grain. Professor Sharma. Anya drives like a madman on the way home. I blinked. And here we are, and she helped me take off my shoes and put on slippers. These are indeed suitable. She led me to the sofa. Anya's face was tight with displeasure. Ethan, we're married. If you have something to say, tell me directly. I've never really dated before. I don't understand these games. I pushed her away angrily. What is divorce? We must divorce. I prefer college girls. Anya's expression turned cold. What did you say? Young girls, they're not that nervous. They are sweet. They listen. They really understand you. I bet I could spend half an hour with one of them, not just 3 minutes. Anya held my hand tightly. Ethan, are you trying to kill me? I stood up from the sofa. Who wants to kill whom? Anya, tell me, are you close to that pervert? If you're not close, why did he break into your office? If you're not close, why did he say you almost grew up together? If you're not close, why did he bring you coffee in broad daylight? And laughed at me for not being worthy of you. Will you marry me? Because my dad did you a favor. The more I say, the more excited I am. Suddenly, I who always messes up my English test. Delivering a passionate monologue enough to rival experienced politicians. Don't give Anya a chance to speak. I saw she looked flustered, and then she just hugged me and wouldn't let go. When I finally calmed down, Anya said slowly, it's not what you think. When my mother was sick, I am overwhelmed by my studies. Liam's mother helps take care of my mother when I can't. He later joined my graduate program. She asked me to take care of him. I didn't know he felt this way about me. I always considered him my brother. I didn't push her away. Anya sat up straight. Ethan, I don't have any romantic feelings for him. I will keep my distance from him from now on. I have principles. I will never cheat. Please believe me like I believe you. I know you like going to that lounge. But I know you won't do anything out of line. She cut my face, and our eyes met. Most importantly, I married you for only one reason. Because I like you. I have money and status now. If I want to repay your father's kindness, I can do this financially. Anya's ears turned red. She looked down at the floor. All my anger is gone. When did you start to like me? Why didn't you say that before? If he said anything, don't waste 2 years. Get that useless master's degree overseas. Anya raised her head slightly and spoke softly. You were still in high school at that time. I'm already a graduate student. I am older than you. I'm worried that if I say something, it might scare you. She held my hand shyly. You're grown up now. I don't know how to be so cute, loving things that young people do. Maybe you can teach me. She even shook my arm gently. I licked my lips. It's easy. Just be more proactive. You know, kisses and hugs are what make me crazy. That kind of thing. I haven't finished speaking when Anya reaches out. She took off her glasses and placed them on the coffee table. She leaned over and hugged me. Her stunning face is getting closer and closer. My academic talent may not be as good as hers, but I kiss naturally. Soon Anya's ears are bright red. Just when I was about to gain more experience, Anya's phone rang. That's Liam. I looked at Anya. Continue answering. It might be urgent to call so late. Anya laughed, frowning, pressing the hands-free button. Sad, a choking sob came from the other end. Anya, Professor, I have a cold. I'm sick. I feel very weak. Anya picked up her phone and took a picture. If you are sick, go see a doctor. If it's not good, I'm not a doctor. Call 911 yourself. She hung up and threw the phone aside. I said sarcastically, Professor, he is sick. Anya blinked her big eyes and looked at me for a few seconds. Then the light bulb seemed to go out. Don't worry, the professor will make you feel better now. I also failed in the second round. A little better than the first one, though. The third time, we were evenly matched. Fourth, I charged forward, a victorious hero emerging from the battlefield. It's dark outside. The faint moonlight shines through the window. Ethan, do you still like college girls? Man, this woman might hold a grudge. Forget about liking them. I was completely awake. I just shook my head. The sun is high in the sky. When I finally woke up the next day, Anya sleeps peacefully beside me, cold and indifferent. Ice Queen, the untouchable flower on the peak. She's surprisingly wild. These academic people learn things quickly. I moved a little, and Anya woke up. She glanced at the clock. It's already 9 o'clock. I quickly asked, don't you usually get up at 6? Is it okay at this late hour? Anya runs her hands through her hair. Her voice is a little hoarse. When I'm with my husband, it's fine. I can sleep all day. I poked her nose gently. So after last night, you've been hopelessly loyal to me. Anya hugged me tightly. Okay, let me ask you, when it really matters, you get through it. Did Professor Sharma suddenly develop a PhD abnormality? Flirt, she's way ahead of me. Passed out in the teasing department, a pleasant scent wafts towards me. Anya never wears perfume, but being close to her always makes people calm down. Placebo effect, certainly. She was wearing glasses at that time, and her work clothes then. I don't know why, but my heart started beating wildly when I came to my senses. Anya in the kitchen, wearing an apron to prepare lunch. I looked at the mess in the bedroom and make sure I'm not dreaming. How did things with Professor Sharma develop so quickly? Suddenly, a familiar ringtone rang, then came Anya's angry voice. Become a top student at a prestigious university, give you the right to be arrogant. Does this mean I can act like I'm above it all? And gossiping about others behind their backs, aren't you ashamed? You're welcome. He's my husband. From now on, you will respect him. And I'm a married woman. Don't contact me about anything in addition to academic issues. It sounds like she hung up. I remember my father once said, although Anya is humble and easygoing, have strong principles and unwavering integrity, it seems my wife has the right moral code. It's almost scary. Look at my recent behavior. I suddenly felt extremely ashamed. I quietly walked behind Anya and hugged her from behind. Honey, I'm sorry for making you angry yesterday. Anya held my hand and turned around to hug my waist. It's my fault. I didn't make you feel safe, honey. What do you like about me? Her eyes sparkled. She tilted her head and spoke softly. My parents died young when I was in college. Your father once said that he had 2 angels in his family. One big and one small, so loving and kind. When students asked him questions after class, he always looks at the watch. Eager to go home, said he had to cook for his angel. I envy such a family, so simple and happy. Do you remember the first time we met? Anya's question takes me back to my sophomore year in high school. Dad told me one of his students was coming over. Her father died a few years ago. Her mother just died of illness. He told me to be nice to her. My idea was simple. I gave her a little wooden pumpkin carriage that I made myself. Anya just whispered thank you when I was little. I thought she didn't like it. Since then, every Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve, Dad will invite her over. He'll give us both vacation money. I gently pinched Anya's cheek. You know, if you confessed earlier, I might not have wasted those 2 years overseas. Better late than never. Anya took off her glasses after she finished speaking. Another sleepless night. When I opened my eyes, it was past noon. Honey, you'll be late. That's okay. My class today doesn't start until 10:30, but you always get up at 6 if you just put one leg over me. I didn't even think about getting up so early.